Greetings, beautiful people. I'm at my third chakra finally. Sorry if you hear the background of the dryer, but I didn't want to wait for the dryer to get done. So I hope things are going well for everybody. It's been raining here, but we can use the rain. So, with no further ado, look at this little thing I got. Isn't that adorable? It's a little easel, a tiny easel, and I'm like, well, that's just perfect to put my card on. Let's see, and it's always different. I line the camera up, and then I put it on record, and I always have to readjust. There we go. So, the Lovers. That's an interesting for the first is the state. Number one is the state of my chakra, my third eye. Well, these lovers look awful nice and cozy, don't they? Really yummy cozily, right? But what I notice more than them sitting there is the deer in the background. It's kind of like the way this shape here, you know, the shape to my finger, why don't we use a pen? A shape of this circle here, it's almost eye-ish to me in this instance. So the deer is looking at the Lovers. Now, deer can be very timid. They are very timid. And we also see the face down here of the green man. And it has all kinds of other symbols here. There's the snake, the sun. So the Lovers has everything in this card, but and the blossoms. So I'm thinking it's telling me this is my third eye is blossoming. The deer is a little timid usually and can be quite skittish. So this is telling you that my third eye is open. That I'm very sure of. But it's a little timid. It's a little shy. It's a little unsure of itself. And that makes perfect sense to me. Especially when we see the other cards. Card number 2 is, I gotta reach around. Isn't that easel just so adorable? And it works so great for my cards. Is what will help me trust my intuition. And here we have Princess of Pentacles. And of course, as you notice, and as you probably know, this is the Druid Craft Tarot. Telling me that I probably need to do some inner child work to help me trust my intuition. Look back at something in my teen years that when I probably stopped trusting my intuition, because I remember I'm always saying that I was born with my lights on, so that I always had very strong insight. But as we all know, sometimes in our childhood, something happens, we're told not to trust it, or we don't trust it because of our young teen, or young adult years. So perhaps some inner child work will be appropriate. And then we move on to card number 3. The number 3 is a theme or a form the spirit guides in my dreams want me to pay attention to. So here we had 9 of Wands. To me, 9 of Wands is quite a defensive card. A defensive card of the spiritual fire. So, maybe I need to look for protection. I need to protect my third eye from intrusive dreams. Something I could go into, I would love to talk about someday. Maybe like with another person online. But I also see the smoke in the back rising from the fire. So, the smoke rising here tells me that I want to pay attention to smoke signals. Pay attention to the spiritual fire. But also be cautious. I think this is really telling me to be cautious. If anybody else has any insight, that is always helpful. That was 9 of Wands. The number 4 is what can I do to improve the function of this chakra. And here we have 6 of Swords. And I think that pretty much says it all. Keep moving forward. Keep using my third eye. Even when the times are turbulent, keep moving forward. I can almost hear the sound of the water being pulled, the boat being pulled through the water. So this is definitely a card of movement. You know, they're also close to the shore, so make sure I don't get too close to the weeds. Make sure I stay so that there's always movement. That is what that is telling me. And finally, we have card number 5, which deals with how, after my chakra is balanced, what will the results be? Well, looky here, I have the world. So I think, is that saying the world will be my oyster? I mean, really, huh? What more can you want? I have all the tools, the cups, the wands, the sword, the pentacles. I can dance naked on the world and everything will be great and wonderful. I can wrap myself up in the vines and just enjoy everything because I have the world is my oyster when my third eye is balanced. And that sounds kind of lofty, but in a way it kind of makes sense to me. In other words, I'll be able to create my own destiny. I'll be able to do what I want to do. I won't have to answer to anybody else. So thank you all for tuning in to my third eye chakra reading. I hope you all enjoy this, and of course, and everybody have a wonderful day. And I'm going to be back hopefully later with something extremely interesting for women only. That's my hint. Over and out.